Well, it's our second matchup here at Max Zeal Gymnasium of the day between the Lakers and the St. John Fisher Cardinals. Now it's going to be coming up in just a minute here, but this morning, Oswego absolutely rolled through the Canton Kangaroos, won 3-0.
Like it was nothing this morning. The Roos were not up for the task. Oswego came out with a plan and they executed, got everyone involved, everybody played great. St. John's Fisher, though, this is going to be a different story here. This will be the real deal.
Yeah, we're just about underway here at Max Zeal Gym. Oswego's 3-0 on the weekend. That's going to be an ace for St. John Fisher right out of the gate. Serving is Aaliyah Steigerwald, the senior out of Penfield. Going to be saying her name a lot this afternoon. Leads St. John Fisher in both kills and digs. First to Bouchard, bumped by Corbin towards the net. Roll shot by Simplicio finds the St. John Fisher libero. Big swing out of the outside from Delaney Young, blocked the net. Going to take another shot at it. Bouchard digs it out. Little miscommunication of the net. Looks like it was between Ferry and Corbin. Not really sure whose ball that was.
Yeah, that one ended up in between there. It was a nice dig by Bouchard. Started with Oswego treeing St. John's Fisher at the net, but still St. John's Fisher 2-0.
Yeah, Fisher comes in at 6-3. 2 of their losses are the top 15 teams. It's a pretty legitimate volleyball program. But Oswego's got plenty of momentum. Very good team as well. St. John Fisher's off to an early 4-0 lead.
Watch out for Lindsay DeBonis today. She's dangerous from the right. She's going to go cross court. Does Oswego have an answer for it?
Got that. Make that a 3-0 lead. Steigerwald back to serve. Simplicio with the pass goes towards the up ref stand. And wow, we had a really good angle on this serve. It's got a lot of movement, kind of knuckling in there.
It does. Oswego's got to dig in.
Schriffler goes to the overhand pass. Bouchard bumps it to Simplicio. Good swing left side. St. John Fisher looking to work it back over. Delaney Young puts it over. Schriffler bumps it towards the net. Ferry tips it into the right side. Heads up play by Ferry. No one covering that right side of the floor.
Absolutely brilliant. St. John's Fisher, they're crowding in. They expect you to go up the middle. Go right. Nobody's going to be there.
Yeah, Oswego's first point now trailing 4-1. McKenna Corbin back to serve. Saw her serve very well in the first matchup today. Delaney Young, Lindsay DeBonis takes a swing at it. Corbin backs it to Fiorentine. Big swing. Going to be out of bounds, but a tip at the net. St. John Fisher got some big bodies up front. They get a good amount of blocking in, but Fiorentine works that over the block and gets the second point of the match for the Lakers. Now Corbin back, good float serve from there, dug up by the Fisher libero. Big swing from the outside by Delaney Young, dug up by Bouchard. Corbin backs it to Fiorentine, tries to tip it over the block. Blocks there to meet her. Fiorentine tries to tip it back over and it goes out of bounds around the antenna.
That was a brilliant block there by Delaney Young.
Fisher had 5-2, and this is a much tougher team than Canton was this morning, but see how the Lakers fare. 2-0 on the weekend right now. Beat Elmira last night in Kangaroo this morning. Quick set to Ferry. What a play there from the Lakers. McKenna Corbin was almost in the right side hitter position. Shot that ball on the set to Georgia Ferry in the middle, and Ferry put it down. No blocker there.
As we're going to have a play call here come in.
Yeah, Coach J.J. O'Connell's just signaling to Simplicio what area of the court to put that towards. Maybe find a weak spot there. It's dug up by Steigerwald. DeBonis goes into the tip, and DeBonis finds a spot in the middle of the floor and puts down for a 6-3 Fisher lead.
Absolutely brilliant chip right over the top.
Fisher had 6-3 here in the first set. WNYO 88.9, the Laker Radio Network, simulcasted with WTOP 10 today. Bouchard bumps it. Corbin sets to Fiorentine, right side. Big swing, Emma Fiorentine cross court, and she puts it down. Big swing there by Fiorentine.
The old Ferris wheel windmill right there up here in Oswego.
Yeah, Fiorentine, big swing there. Make it 6-4 now. Fisher in the lead. Now Kaylee Troy's coming back to serve for the Lakers. Oswego proving so far these first 10 points are up for the task against this tough St. John Fisher team. Troy with a good serve. Set it to net. Big swing down the line by Delaney Young. Going to be out of bounds. Oswego point. Oswego working from behind early. Did it well in set 1 earlier against Canton, but didn't have to do it in the 3 victorious sets earlier. Troy with a good serve. Set at the net by Katie Leedy. Going to drop on the Oswego side between McKenna Corbin and the diving terrorist Simplicio.
It's going to be key that Oswego keeps their serve. They want to keep St. John's Fisher on the defensive. I don't know if this matchup bodes well for them if Fisher can get on the offensive.
Yeah, we saw that first run with Steigerwald serving. Now it's going to be Delaney Young taking a shot at that. Simplicio pops to Corbin. Big swing, Emma Fiorentine right side. See, they're targeting her earlier. Swing now, Aaliyah Steigerwald goes off the block of Fiorentine and Taylor up front and goes sideways out of bounds. St. John Fisher takes the point. Yeah, then Oswego got on some service runs earlier, and it definitely seems like the game goes better when they're getting on runs.
Oswego gifted one there. Foot fault?
Yeah, I believe they're going to say the server there, Delaney Young, stepped on the line, and Oswego's going to get that point. Foot fault. Look at you, lad, with the volleyball slang.
5-year varsity Section 2 tennis player. I know what football is.
You play tennis?
Oh yeah, that's highest level.
Highest level, Section 5. Or Section 2. I don't know why I said Section 5. Service there by Oswego gives St. John Fisher the point. I don't know why I said Section 5. We're both from the Capital Region. I know that's Section 2.
That was just tasteless, Joey.
9-6 lead here for Fisher. Simplicio Bouchard bumps it outside. Zeisler tries to roll something towards the middle. Bumped up by Fisher, but it's going to go into the net. And Oswego takes the point, make it a 9-7 St. John Fisher lead.
Great job by Zeisler, knowing her position, avoid the antenna. Still a dangerous hit to the middle.
Now Schriffler back to serve. Joust to the net. Fisher puts it over, but Dana Carey able to bump it up, and it goes back over. One ball coming in the middle from St. John Fisher. It's Kara Balmer. Puts it down, make it an 11-7 St. John Fisher lead. Both teams really pushing the tempo. It doesn't seem like anyone seems to be taking their time here in set one. Both teams want to get the serve and keep rolling and keep their foot on the pedal. Katie leading with the serve, and
too easy.
The errant pass goes right back over that, and it's Kara Balmer, really tall in the middle of the floor, 6'2" out of Honeoye Falls there, putting that ball down.
No, you're not going to get anything past Balmer.
Yeah, seems to be a very tall presence in the middle of the floor. St. John Fisher currently leading 11-7 here in set one. Katie Levy back to serve. Bump by Simplicio goes over the net. Quick one ball by Balmer. Bouchard digs it up. Balmer right there for it again. It's going to be St. John Fisher's point. Balmer's second effort. First one dug up. Second one she puts down. Forces J.J. O'Connell to call his first time out of the day. St. John Fisher's really got their foot on the gas right now.
They do, and you're right. Literally first time out of the day. This is the first set Oswego playing today. No problem in the earlier match. St. John's Fisher there, I felt like Oswego got back into that when they had their serve. As soon as St. John's Fisher gets it back, they were doing damage. And Balmer in the middle, I think there's a lot of girls on the St. John's Fisher team where you're going to have to be certain if you're Oswego where you're putting the ball, and it's going to be more about positioning and pace than it was this first game. I think it's really going to matter.
Yeah, and I mean, we saw last night when Oswego was playing against Elmira, some of the issues were in serve receive. It's such a big key is right off the serve, just bumps that spike and get the ball back over and play it out from there. And we've seen some right off the serve. Oswego's had some errant passing, but down 12-7 right now live. What do they need to turn it? What do they have to do next few points to turn it around and try to get some momentum going here?
First step, get the serve back. Second step, make sure you keep the serve for a few, because I feel if St. John's Fisher gets this 15-16, this set might be over.
Yeah, dangerous team. Don't want to let them get too far out front. Oswego was able to minimize the can lead in set number one earlier. Fisher, a much different team. Service going to go out of bounds. Good call there by the libero, Bouchard.
Good stop by our Matt.
Yeah, Matt's really putting in work in front of us right now. For the listeners who are listening in on WNYO 88.9, Brandon and I are on the baseline today, running three courts here in Maxville Gym. Ace there by Skylar Bouchard. Good spot by her. And yeah, we're here on the baseline at Maxville. Usually we're in the bleachers, but the bleachers are tucked away today, running three courts. Different perspective here on the baseline.
It is.
You can really see how well the serve is moving from down there. You see, yeah, it's a lot easier said than done to feel the serve like that.
No, it honestly is. And the movement that Steigerwald had earlier was fascinating.
Yeah, now Bouchard sends that one out of bounds. Fisher has a 13-9 lead. Glad that's your laptop. That one got over the mat. First one of the day.
And I think I put the ball in the wrong spot. Second time I've done that.
Yeah, right. See, next time when the ball comes over, if it comes over, we're going to give it to the ball girl, yeah. Instead of just dropping it on the floor in front of us. Fisher leads 13-10 right now. And Fisher takes the point. Big swing at the net. I believe it was the bonus. The Oswego block was there, but the block sends it out of bounds. Now back to serve for St. John Fisher, going to be Brooke Seegers. It's Simplicio. Schiffler tries to send a free ball over.
Weak first hit by Simplicio, kicking herself for them.
Yeah, it seems like the serve has been targeting her. She was really solid in serve receive in the first match of the day, seeming to have some issues here early in the second set. Good pass there by Simplicio to bounce back. Finds Corbin right back to Simplicio where she serves the best. Is hitting. Dug out by St. John Fisher. Brings the bonus, digs it up. Big swing by Simplicio. Blocked at the net, goes out of bounds. And Kara Simplicio trying to regain some momentum after some tough passing gets the kill.
Let's get real here. It's going to be back and forth. It's not going to be easy. If Oswego wants this, they're going to have to fight for it and make those extra second, third hustle plays every single time.
Yeah, we got two really good squads in front of us right now at this Max Zeal Gym. Third and final matchup of the weekend for the Lakers. Simplicio back to serve. It's Steigerwald. Big swing out of the middle. Sydney French. Dug up by Bouchard. Corbin sets a one ball to Ferry. Ferry tips it in. Dug up by Fisher. Big swing from about the 10-foot line by Steigerwald. Is going for the baseline. Just misses a little wide. And Oswego takes the point.
Still, Steigerwald dangerous from 15 feet. The pace on that, absolutely unbelievable.
Yes, she swing out of the back row on that. Still had a good amount of steam on it, but St. John Fisher currently leading 15-12. Simplicio back to serve. It's Young. Set to the right side to Lindsay DeBonis, and the block by Schriffler and Ferry's there. Swing there by Delaney Young, tips it at the net. Bouchard bumps it up. Fiorentine, big swing on the right side, gets the block. Fisher able to dig it up. Lindsay DeBonis with the swing. Ferry punches it right back over. Now Schriffler there for the block. Lindsay DeBonis tips it over. Bouchard punches it up. It's going to drop on the Oswego side of the floor. Lots of back and forth play there by the Lakers, but the Cardinals able to put it away.
Great back and forth. Great change of pace by the Cardinals. Multiple occasions. You have a wall there in the front with Fiorni and Ferry, so it's a big struggle.
Fisher currently leading 16-12 here. Schriffler receives the serve. Swings from the outside. Good spot going cross court. Gets the libero diving out of her reach. And great swing there by Sydney Schriffler to break the serve.
Oswego bringing some subs in. Staying fresh. I don't think they'll sub as deep as they did in the first game.
Yes, St. John Fisher team, I don't think they're going to allow the Lakers to get too much of a lead in the garbage time. Kaylee Troy back to serve. Did a lot of good serving in the first match of the day today. Set outside by Delaney Young. Blocked at the net. Taylor and Fiorentine up there. And that's a loud block here at Max Zeal Gym for the Lakers.
It's not easy to get past Fiorentine. She does a great job of treeing. She's going to get her hands up.
Fisher currently leading 16-14 here in set one at Max Zeal Gym. Good serve there by Kaylee Troy. Back set. So on the Fisher side, Kaylee Troy bumps it up to Schriffler into the block to the net. Oswego trying to keep it up, unable to do so. Ball drops on the Oswego side of the floor. Fisher opens up to a 3-point lead late here in this first set. St. John Fisher leads 17-14. Delaney Young back to serve. Called out of bounds. Simplicio hits the deck.
Simplicio, that line monster, is down there a few times today.
Yeah, a couple times. A couple subs now coming in the game. Going to be Dana Carey out of Monroe and Emily Zeisler out of Hempstead.
We saw a ton of Dana Carey earlier today.
Lakers it's been pretty back and forth. Oswego's been playing behind the entire first set, but staying well within reach. St. John Fisher sends a free ball over. Carey sets a one ball to the middle to Grace Taylor, and St. John Fisher miraculously keeps it up in the air, sends over a free ball. Bouchard to Carey. Carey goes to set a one ball. Taylor a little bit out of position, gets it over, and St. John Fisher tries to set a one ball. Katie Leedy tried going to her middle and drops in there.
Joey, that hit the ground, right? Across there. I don't know how the Cardinals kept that alive.
That was unbelievable hustle, and it can get as close as you want it to the ground. As long as you get your hand in there, it just doesn't matter. Steigerwald goes to spike it. Bouchard to Schriffler. Schriffler sends a free ball over. Low, just barely over net. Good free ball given up. Schriffler with a loud block to the net. Blocks Sidney French there on the right side. And Oswego takes the point. Lad, we have a tied set one right now. Oswego's been working from behind all set long. 17-17. Head coach for St. John Fisher, Kelly Griepentrog, is going to call a timeout. And the Lakers have really retaken some momentum since the last time out.
They have, and we talk about how their first set is usually their weakest. Usually they get going. Second set's their best, and that's easy. Third, fourth after that second. It seems like they came out focused today, and that's something we were a bit worried about, especially we talked about it after that first game. So if you're Oswego, you got to be feeling good about yourself because this Cardinals team is the real deal, and they've got about 3-4 players right now for Oswego that are stepping up and matching the play of St. John's Fisher.
Yes, these are two teams where in today they both won their first match today. They're coming in very differently. I mean, St. John Fisher, we just saw them finish up against Potsdam, win that match. They warm up, stay loose a little bit, and then they're right into another one. Oswego been sitting around since about 11. It was probably about 11:30, 12 o'clock after a really quick match one win.
And it's hard to keep your intensity during a break like that. That's just part of a tournament, and Oswego's done a great job of it.
Yeah, I mean, I give credit to the athletes here for the Oswego Lakers. So much time between matches. I mean, you and I went to press box in town. Between matches, establishment. I would not be able to play volleyball at all.
Well, not after what you ate.
No, the TKO burger TKO'd me. I'll say that. 17-17 right now. Set one. Carey back to serve, puts it over. St. John Fisher, big swing by Steigerwald. Going to be Oswego's point as Steigerwald's swing went out of bounds around the antenna, and the Lakers take their first lead of set one, 18-17.
It would have been trouble if that one got over. Oswego, a bit lucky, hit the antenna.
Now Carey with the serve, bumped up under Barry Halsey. Big swing by Taylor at the net as it came over. Fisher digs it up. Steigerwald tries to push it deep. Simplicio hustles. Carey back set. Zeisler right side, gets through the block. St. John Fisher keeps it up. Big swing there by Lindsey DeBonis. Simplicio pops it up, hits the ceiling. Zeisler rolls it over. Diving on the floor for St. John Fisher. DeBonis big swing, still trying to keep it up. It's going to be just out of the reach of Bouchard and Simplicio. And that was quite the back and forth point. A lot of hustle from both sides on that point.
A ton of hustle both ways there. Oswego felt like Zeisler had some opportunities to put it away, but great digs by St. John's Fisher.
Yeah, Zeisler had a couple of really good looks, and she put a couple of really good swings on it as well. But this Fisher defense diving all over, somehow covering a lot of ground down there.
And you do not want DeBonis to have space and time to wind up around the 10-foot mark.
Yeah, St. John Fisher got a couple of heavy hitters. Speaking of, there's another one, Aaliyah Steigerwald. Right after the service pass by Bouchard goes over the net. St. John Fisher leads 19-18. Sydney French back to serve. Seemed like it might have been a miscommunication between Bouchard and Simplicio.
That was close.
I didn't hear anyone call out. It looked like they were just looking at each other, assuming it was going to be in.
Yeah.
But drops out of bounds.
This term this morning, that was a husband and wife right there.
Drops out of bounds, luckily for the Lakers. To 19-19, tied set one. Schriffler with the serve. Steigerwald big swing. Goes out of bounds, but tipped at the net. The block of Zeisler and Taylor were up there on the outside.
I hope everybody's fingers are okay at the front. That still had some pace on it.
Yeah, there's both these teams have a lot of big hitters. Ball's coming hot off the block. Simplicio with the pass off the serve. Set by Carey. Swing by Simplicio. Blocked at the net by Ballmer up front. Carey goes back to Simplicio. Rolls the shot cross court. Dug up by Halsey to Libero. Big swing. Steigerwald down the line. Carey digs it up. Bouchard bumps it right side. Zeisler goes to just tip it over. Dug up by DeBonis. Big swing. Steigerwald. Zeisler and Taylor there on the block. Just didn't quite push the wrist hard enough, and it drops down in front of them.
They did not. Oswego sped up a bit there. I thought a few of their sets, especially the one Carey to Sufficio over here on the left, just a bit wide. Didn't give Oswego the best chance.
Now St. John Fisher leads 21-19. Bouchard digs. Carey set. Grace Taylor a big swing. St. John Fisher gets a touch, but it drops. And Grace Taylor gets the kill. And Well, another thing here with how big of hitters St. John Fisher has. Elmira had a couple of decent swingers. Canton had a couple as well. But these Elmira hitters are the best, or these St. John Fisher hitters are the best Oswego seen all weekend. And Coach J.J. O'Connell's going to have to reiterate the block being strong, keeping the wrists and hands firm, not let the ball roll down in front of them. And what a block. Speaking of a block, there's Georgia Ferry at the net. And the Lakers tie it at 21-21.
Impressive by Ferry there. Lined it right on up, brought the hands up, and it came right back.
Bouchard back to serve. Hits the top of the net, drops on the Oswego side. Going to be a free point to St. John Fisher. 22-21. Cardinals lead. First set's going to be played to 25 here at Maxio Gym, and it seems like it's going to be quite the race. First team to 25. It is win by 2 as well.
Yes.
Stegerwald back to serve. Dug up by Carey. Swing by Simplicio. Goes out of bounds.
And these moments can cost you the end of a set. We have a service error, and then we're going to have a timeout to talk about it.
Yeah, good timeout there by Coach J.J. O'Connell.
So you have the service error, and then you have a ball. You get unlucky. It goes off the top of the tape, and you're out of position, and suddenly it's 23-21, very different than 21-21.
Yeah, good timeout there by Coach J.J. O'Connell. Definitely knows both these teams have been back and forth. Don't want to let St. John Fisher get too far ahead, especially this late in the set. But Oswego still very much alive in this, down 23-21.
They honestly are. And I'm pretty impressed by some of the different girls that are stepping up for Oswego. That first game, it was heavily Simplicio. This game here, we've seen Ferry with some nice plays. Schifferler, who we didn't even see in the first game. We see her with some tape on her hand. Seems like she's better. She's playing for the big game today. So that's huge. And then Fiorentine also playing huge. So first game was heavily Simplicio, obviously best player on the court. This game, different Lakers are stepping up.
Yeah, this Laker team is really, we saw it last night with Schiffer on the court. It seems like she brings a presence, and it seems like when she's on the floor, it's more by committee in the first set, maybe knowing Canton's a little bit of a weaker squad, just targeting, or just really just rolling with your best player and letting her eat. 23-21 Fisher lead, ball back in play, Schiffer digs it up. Carey, good snake eyes play to set that over the net. Went up like she was going to set a one ball to her middle, just snakes it over, and Oswego picks up the point out of the timeout.
Clever and intuitive. You know that Cardinals are going up for the block, just right on over. No problem.
Now St. John Fisher leads 23-22, couple subs in now. Fiorentine and McKenna Corbin re-enter. Corbin back to serve. Dug up by Fisher. Goes back to Lindsay DeBonis. Big swing out of the right side. Lindsay DeBonis gets the point. And Oswego is, St. John Fisher currently 1 point away from winning set 1.
And it is not easy right now to roll off and try to tree DeBonis. DeBonis, it's coming in hot, and she has such a great angle.
Now Fisher set point ahead 24-22. Bouchard with the bump. Corbin pass to Ferry in the middle. Good swing there by Ferry, but it's dug up by St. John Fisher. Big swing by Delaney Young, but Ferry and Simplicio have a minute to block it. DeBonis rolled the shot over. Bouchard there to pick it up. Corbin sets it outside. Fiorentine rolls it over. Dug up by Delaney Young. And the setter there, Katie Rudy, just sneaks it over. And St. John Fisher takes set number 1, 25-22.
And we're going to have a lot to talk about when we get back. The second set, it's going to be crucial today.
Yes, St. John Fisher takes set 1, 25-22. And we'll be right back here on Stream 2. You're listening to WNYO 88.9, the Laker Radio Network, simulcasting with WTOP 10. Welcome back to WNYO 88.9, the Laker Radio Network. We're simulcasting today with WTOP 10. Joey Palatsky alongside Brandon Ladd here at Max Zeal Gym for some Oswego volleyball. Second match of the day, taking on the St. John Fisher Cardinals. Brandon, we saw in set one, Oswego dropped to 25-22, but we know how strong these Lakers are in set number 2.
They are so strong, and it goes back to the stats we read off in the first game. Kill percentage has been high for them. Second, last night against Elmira, 52%, and then against Canton a week ago, we haven't gotten the numbers from this morning's game, but it was 47%. So if Oswego can repeat those numbers, even against a great St. John's Fisher team, they have a chance.
Yeah, the St. John Fisher team is looking really strong in set 1, but just because the Lakers dropped set number 1 doesn't mean that they're quite out of it by any means just yet. I want to talk a little bit about how strong the St. John Fisher hitters are. Best we've seen this weekend. Lakers going to have to figure out the blocks up front. Can't just leave the passers high and dry like they did in the first couple matches.
Yeah, you cannot. And it's one of those things where you just got to be a step ahead. If Oswego gets rushed at all, it's not going to work. And with the heavy hitters, it goes both ways, offensively and defensively. With the heavy hitters that St. John's Fisher has, when you try to tree off with 2, you got to make sure you're in the right position.
Yeah, both teams seem like it's been some really solid passing for the most part from both teams. It seems like this game is going to be won at the net. We've seen a couple of balls go up in the area, blocked, swung, or 50-50 balls up at the net. Oswego's going to have to be strong at the net in this set 2. We're underway here. Set 2, Bouchard back to serve. Delaney Young receives it. Steigerwald goes to swing cross course, dug up by Schriffler. Fiorentine puts it over. Set by Leedy to the middle. Balmer swinging out of the middle, puts it down, and St. John Fisher picks up the first point of the second set.
And the only problem here for Oswego, good news, bad news. Good news, you make your adjustments. St. John's Fisher had the same opportunities, and it seems like they might start out a bit more aggressively here, getting it to DeBonis and trying to quickly get up in this set.
Yeah, St. John Fisher got a big 3 up front between Steigerwald, Young, DeBonis, and Balmer as well. Steigerwald back to serve. Bouchard bumps it up. Simplicio keeps it in play. Schriffler goes to push it deep. Good free ball there. Halsley digs it up. DeBonis puts it over. A big swing, but Ferry meets with the net. Now Corbin sets it across to Simplicio, goes to tip it over the block, but Balmer in there at 6'2" puts it right back. Simplicio, big swing there, and she gets that one. Simplicio went to tip the first one over the block. Big hole in the floor there to get that one down, and Oswego ties it up 1-1 here in the second set.
And that all starts with the block by Ferry on DeBonis. It was not easy. Eventually works over to Simplicio. Big shot.
Now 1-1 tie. Big swing, Delaney Young outside. Corbin sets a 1 ball, blocked in the middle by Balmer. Fiorentine, right side, tips it over the block. Set there to Young, dug up by Oswego. Simplicio goes back to the same spot. Steigerwald digs it. Swing to DeBonis right side, dug up by Bouchard. Corbin bumps it. Simplicio tries to push it cross court. Tough play for Halsey, but she digs it up. Now Bouchard digs that swing up from Young. Fiorentine right side, tips it right next to the block. What a rally there between both of these teams, and Oswego comes out on top. That's a big momentum shifter.
That was beautiful by both teams. It ends by the little touch with a kiss by Fiorentine, but you can see the adjustment for Oswego. They're going to close the angle for DeBonis. You tree inside, and then you fill in behind on the back line with someone there, and we saw a beautiful dig by Boucher.
Yeah, both teams had a couple of great looks and very promising for the Oswego defense. We saw a block in that sequence. We saw a couple of good passes off a couple of really good swings. St. John Fisher gets that ball back over. Schriffler, Corbin went to set for Ferry. He wasn't there, but Bouchard's there to put it over. Swing there by Balmer out of the outside. Schriffler, good dig. Corbin back sets it to Fiorentine, tries to tip it on the block again. Blocked there by Young and Balmer. Bouchard tries to send a free ball over. Didn't quite get on top of it and goes out of bounds. Currently tied 2-2 here in set 1. But we've seen this Oswego defense looking a lot better against the St. John Fisher hitters. The passing's very accurate, and we've seen a couple blocks as well.
We have, and they've actually met more balls later in the first set than they did in the beginning, so it's improving.
Yeah, serve there to Simplicio. Simplicio goes to Corbin, and Ferry still working to get on the same page early in the second set. Fisher had 3-2 now. Brooks Seegers back to serve for St. John Fisher. Bouchard digs it. Corbin sets it to Ferry. St. John Fisher pushes it back over. Schriffler barely keeps it off the ground, but it's going to drop in after the first touch, and St. John Fisher takes the point.
And a laugh by Leedy there. I don't think she knows how she got that one. Almost went off the chest. Keeps it up, though, and it actually turns out to be a great dig.
Now Seegers serves it. Simplicio puts a free ball over. The middle for St. John Fisher there. French wanted a quick one ball. Couldn't quite get it hard enough as she wanted to. Oswego sends it back over. Now DeBonis, big swing, blocked at the net. Ferry and Fiorentine were both there, and Oswego picks up the point.
And this is going to be very back and forth. More pressure on Oswego this set, though, because if they go down 2-0, it's going to be hard coming back.
St. John Fisher leading now 4-3 here early in set 2. Cardinals took set 1, but Oswego's looking really solid after that set break.
Yes, they are, and still 4-3 Cardinals. Seems like Oswego is having to do more to get points than St. John's Fisher.
Lakers has been working from behind pretty much all day long. Biggest lead is about 1 or 2 points in set 1. Swing by Lindsay DeBonis, right side, blocked by Schifferler and Ferry at the net. Ferry goes up for a swing, puts through the block. Pancaked up, and they're going to say it hit the floor. Corbin got down to the floor trying to pop it out, but it just barely got the floor.
Coach O'Connell's trying to make a quick adjustment.
There's a big swing there from Ferry. Get it through the block, and somehow St. John Fisher able to dig that up and put it over and get the point. Now it's going to be Lindsay DeBonis back to serve for St. John Fisher. Cardinals ahead 5-3 now. Bouchard with the bump. Corbin sets outside. Schifferler, big swing. Block gets a piece of it at the net, but it's dug up by DeBonis. Big swing. Fiorentine blocks it at the net. Fisher takes another stab at it, swinging out of the back row. Segerwald. Simplicio gets a touch. Fiorentine sends the free ball over. French gets a touch. Little give and go there. Corbin digs it up. Bouchard bumps it. Fiorentine rolls it over. St. John Fisher digs. Right side swinging. DeBonis goes right into the middle of that. And Oswego's going to take that point, but you can't rely on St. John Fisher errors.
No, you cannot, but still you're starting to see the adjustment in the wall making a difference. They're walling you inside. What are you going to do? I think you're DeBonis. You got to fight your instincts. Just do a touch to the white line, and it's going to work for you.
St. John Fisher had 5-4. Kaylee Troy back to serve. Touch pass by Delaney Young. Corbin bumps it up. Troy bumps it. Fiorentine swings from about 5 feet out. And it's dug up by St. John Fisher. Swing it outside by Delaney Young. Simplicio dives for it, but it drops in, and St. John Fisher takes the point.
Wet spot.
This court's seen a lot of action today. This is the third match of the day on this floor. St. John Fisher currently leading 6-4. WNYL 88.9, the Laker Radio Network, simulcasting today with WTOP 10. Joey Palatsky and Brandon Ladd here on the call. McKenna Corbin sets it. Schifferler tips it over the block. Great play there by Corbin and Schifferler. The block was there, but nobody was there behind the block. Schifferler just pokes that in and gets the point for the Lakers.
Schifferler right there. She's so active and has such a touch at the net. I can't imagine how that first game would have been if she played, because she adds so much more to this team.
Now Fisher leads 6-5, but it's going to be Dana Carey back to serve. Halsey digs it. Big swing, Stegerwald on the outside. One hand touch by Bouchard to keep it alive. Schifferler goes to tip it over the block. St. John Fisher keeps it up. Stegerwald with the swing. Carey tries to keep it up, but unable to do so. It's going to drop on the Oswego side as Fisher takes a point.
Some people are good at the net. Some people are good at the back. Some people are great at serving. I don't think there's anything that Stegerwald cannot do out there. Really dangerous from about 10 feet.
Yeah, Stegerwald's looking very good for these Cardinals. Leads the team in both kills and digs. Don't see that a whole lot.
You do not.
Usually you have the libero leading in digs, but Halsey ranks second on this squad. Steigerwald leads 97 kills, 98 digs. Zeisler goes to tip it over the block. Fisher keeps it up, and the setter, Leedy, just dumps it over. Carey sets it to Zeisler outside, and Zeisler puts it down, going towards the middle of the court, and Oswego takes the point.
Oswego needs to keep fighting here. So back and forth. Now can they go on a service rally and try to get some space?
St. John Fisher leads 7-6. Schriffler back to serve. Leedy sets a one ball to Ballmer in the middle. Bouchard there to dig it. Carey back sets right side. Zeisler blocked, didn't quite get there, but it's still dug up by St. John Fisher. Steigerwald big swing. Goes sideways off Taylor. Big hole in the block between Taylor and Zeisler on the right side. Got Taylor's right arm and drops in.
Oswego there, it was a nice back touch trying to set up the spike, but still, loose ball on the court. I didn't throw that one back.
We only had the one come over the mat today. I'm pleasantly surprised. Bouchard digs. Simplicio gives to Schriffler. Schriffler sends a free ball over from about 10 feet out. Steigerwald, big swing. Carey goes to bump it. And it's going to go out of bounds. St. John Fisher takes the point.
And the touch by Oswego before the kill there by the Cardinals needed to be better. We talked about they can't have balls go over the net like that.
Simplicio on the serve receive. Carey back sets it to Zeisler right side. Dug up by Kingsbury. And then on the right side, DeVonis went up hard, just tips it. Simplicio and Taylor weren't there. Simplicio was there, Taylor was not. And that drops to the floor, and Coach J.J. O'Connell calls a timeout.
Very important timeout here. They really need to get their momentum back, because if they lose this set, it will bode trouble on how the day is going for Oswego.
Yeah, you're listening to WNYO 88.9, the Laker Radio Network. We're simulcasting today with WTOP 10. Joey Palatsky alongside Brandon Ladd here at Max Zeal Gym. Oswego's third matchup of the weekend here in this Oswego State Invitational. 7 teams in the tournament. Brandon, Oswego playing really this. They haven't been playing from behind last night or today a whole lot. St. John Fisher's been giving them some trouble. Lakers got to turn things around here in the second set.
They do, and something I've been impressed with for both teams, and it's made it so back and forth up to about 2-3 points ago. It was just so back and forth with the serve because the digs are so great. I feel like the defense, we talk about offense all the time, the defense, the liberos in this game are doing a great job. So Boucher for Oswego and then Halsey for St. John's Fisher.
Yeah, the liberos have been doing such a great job, but St. John Fisher opening up the lead a little bit. And in the first set, it seemed like the problem with the Oswego block was they were in position, they just weren't quite pushing, and it was just rolling down their hands, dropping on the Oswego side. This set, we've seen a couple of the blocks just not quite there in unison, and there's plenty of ground. Ball back into play. Simplicio sends a free ball over. Swinging his opponent's right side. Schriffler goes to try to keep it out. Redirected off the block. Tough play for her, and St. John Fisher takes an 11-6 lead.
Very tough play, and you'd hate to get to this point. I feel like Oswego's got to take some chances here. Look for a few one-timers because you do not want to give it back to St. John's Fisher and DeBonis at the moment.
Now Katie Leedy back to serve. Hits the top of the net, bounces up, thought it was going to go over for a second, drops back down on the Fisher side, and Oswego takes a serve. Cardinals leading 11-7 right now. Bouchard in here to serve. Senior out of Rialto, California. Gets the ace.
Curveball.
What was that?
Curveball.
Yeah, the St. John Fisher. The St. John Fisher passing has been really solid today. I saw a lot of aces against Canton in match 1. Not too many here in match 2 against St. John Fisher, but Bouchard gets one there. One ball towards the middle. Big swing from Ballmer. Going to be called out of bounds. Oh, it's going to be overturned.
Bit confused on that one.
St. John Fisher's going to take the point.
Saw an out signal over here.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was one of the referees just overriding it, or if Oswego made an error on the play. But St. John Fisher takes a 12-8 lead and wins that point. Now Steigerwald back to serve. Schriffler bumps to Carey. Quick set to Ferry. Somehow St. John Fisher able to put that back over. Bouchard bumps to Zeisler. Tips it on the block. High IQ play there by Zeisler. Tipping it around the block on the right side, and Oswego takes the point.
Seisler with the old, it's like a mosquito getting out of your hair. You just flick it on back and it just goes right over the shoulder and hits right near the white line. More impressive offense by Oswego. This is what I'm talking about, though. They got to move faster. They're going to try to have to get the kill early on.
Now McKenna Corbin back to serve. Big swing out of the middle there. Kara Balmer out of Honeywell Falls. She's been a presence up front all day long. Tallest player on the court today.
It is not easy to get it by her, and she has great placement.
St. John Fisher leads 13-9. We're here in the second set. Fisher took the first set 25-22. Simplicio bumps. Corbin sets it high to Simplicio. St. John Fisher block gets it with Fiorentine in position. Simplicio takes another swing and Fisher digs it up. Steigerwald sends a 3-ball over. Schriffler digs. Corbin sets back to Simplicio right side. Reedy sets it right side. Fiorentine and Ferry with it on the block, but it goes sideways off the block and out of bounds.
14-9 now. We got to this point in the first set, then Oswego went on a bit of a rally. They need to find that magic again.
Cardinals leading 14-9. Sharp bump. Ferry goes to her left hand, dug up there on the front line by the bonus. Big swing, Steigerwald. Schiffler and Corbin not quite on the same page. Lad, before you say it, husband and wife.
Husband and wife on the back there. You're going to have husband and wives. You're going to have some disagreements in the back because they're so dangerous from 10 feet away. You don't see it coming.
Now Fiorentine swinging out of the outside. Whistle on the floor. Going to say St. John Fisher was in the net.
That's a big error. Gets the serve back, and look who it is.
St. John Fisher leading 15-10. Haven't seen a whole lot of mental miscues out of St. John Fisher like that today with that one getting in the net and giving Oswego the serve. Now Kara Simplicio, the freshman out of Victor, back to serve. Hits the libero. Swinging is Steigerwald. Simplicio with a good pass. Corbin sets it right side to Fiorentine. Big swing. Skims the block and goes to the floor. And Emma Fiorentine gets the kill.
And it seems like Oswego, they could go middle there. Sometimes you just got to put it right off the person. Great job going line.
Now St. John Fisher leading 15-11. Simplicio looking to keep the serve rolling. It's going to go out of bounds.
And I honestly feel that needed to be where the run was for Oswego if they're going to get back in the set.
Now if Oswego is going to make a run, it's going to have to be a late run at this point.
It is.
16-11 score. Cardinals in the lead. Lindsay DeBonis back to serve. Simplicio kind of got caught between, not sure to go with the forearm pass or the overhand set. Kind of got caught between.
And it's that chicken wing in between right there where it is an in-between ball, but...
Now Simplicio subbed out for Madison Gordon coming in, the freshman out of Ardsley. DeBonis finds Gordon immediately. Gordon with the pass tight towards the net. Corbin has to go up, keep it on her side, and no one quite able to get there to put it over. Into an Oswego timeout now. Fisher leading 18-11.
This is going to be crucial for Oswego. They got to get the momentum back. You can see the frustration. You can kind of see the fake grins out there right now because I don't think Oswego's been tested like this in a week or two. And when you haven't been tested in a week or two, it can be a little detrimental.
Yeah, Oswego, it's definitely the toughest team they've played all weekend. Elmira was decent yesterday. Canton 0-10 now, and the St. John Fisher team is really solid. Lakers currently trailing 18-11 here in the second set. You're listening to WNYO 88.9, the Laker Radio Network, simulcasting with WTOP 10. Joey Palatsky alongside Brandon Ladd. It's our second match of the day. It's my third of the weekend I did last night.
Yes.
I feel the voice starting to fade.
Yeah, I can tell your voice is starting to fade a bit. And for the players, it's hot in here. It's a bit hot in here.
We're sweating. We're not even running.
No, we're not. I can't imagine what's going on out there. So I wish we were playing this game by Lake Ontario right now, but we can't. We're in McZeel. So that's crucial. What was their hydration this week? Because if you get today and you're a bit dehydrated, it bodes trouble for a second game of 2 games today because this has been high intensity. And how do you keep your energy and your mentals up? Because it is 91 degrees in here, so it's not easy.
Weather app's reading 72 degrees. Wish we had a thermometer in here, but definitely a good amount hotter. Good amount hotter inside than outside. The sweats might also be a little bit of that TKO burger, to be honest. St. John Fisher had 18-11 out of the timeout. Bouchard bumps it. Corbin back sets to Fiorentine. Takes her a little out of rhythm. Works pretty well. She rolls it over. Seeing that set wasn't really where Fiorentine wants it. She had to stop in her tracks and work backwards, but rolls the shot over, catches the block off guard.
And that wasn't instinctual there. She kind of had to force that one. You could see her eyes. She followed that one over. It was great positioning, though.
Now Oswego looking to make a run, trailing 18-12. Troy with a good serve. One ball set at the middle. Sydney French blocked the net. Taylor and Schifiller are both there. Now DeBonis goes to tip it over. Dug up. Corbin pushes it deep to Halsey. Set there, swing up outside, Delaney Young. Troy goes to set it to Fiorentine. Going to be St. John Fisher's point on the 2 ball by Kaylee Troy.
19-12 now. Oswego just so much to, as you're getting roasted for this TKO burger.
It was really good. It just TKO'd me. It does what it's advertised as. Voice is fading. Powering through here at Max Zeal. 19-12, Lakers trailing. Fiorentine right side, rolls it over. Well, everyone on St. John Fisher was looking for it to go around the antenna, and it's going to be called.
And I guess that was the correct call, but it was an awkward pause in play.
Yeah, it definitely seemed like it went around the antenna. It was just a little awkward because the line judge didn't call it around the antenna. St. John Fisher just stopped playing. You usually don't see the up ref just stop play like that. But Schiffer with a big swing goes off the block and rolls down. And Oswego showing some heart now late here in this second set.
They are, and here comes the substitutions. Here comes Zeisler and here comes Carey. So if you're Oswego, can you make a late push? We've seen great play at the front from these, some great back touches, some great back sets. So this has to be where your push is. Can you get it to 2018 right now?
Oswego trailing 2013. Carey serves. Fisher looking to put a free ball over. DeBonis does so successfully. Zeisler digs it up. Carey sets it straight up. Zeisler, big swing, going cross court, out of bounds. A good idea there by Zeisler, right side, had a lot of space going cross court, but put a little too much sauce on it.
You think they talked about that on the bench? They come in and they set up a 1-2 for each other. But it just goes wide. It was the right idea, though.
Fisher leading 21-13. French back to serve. Taylor bumps it. Taylor gets the 1 ball back off the blocker. Ballmer in the middle. And good swing there by Grace Taylor. Taylor on here at 5'10". Ballmer at 6'2", and Taylor wins that matchup at the net.
And if you're Oswego, how long can you have Simplicio on the bench?
St. John Fisher leading 21-14. Ballmer at 6'2" gets the kill. She's going up there like she's... we've seen her swing hard a lot. She went up there and almost caught that ball and just redirected it. Like she was going up for the oop.
It's like she's just laying in an alley-oop.
22-14, Cardinals lead. Carey sets a 1 ball to Taylor. The block was there for her. Shoots it around the block. Grace Taylor's been having some high IQ tips and swings in the net here today.
She has a great feel for it because when you go up, you don't have time to think about where you're going to put it. That happens when you're on the ground. You need to know where they are. When you go up, where do your instincts and where does your mind take you? It's high IQ.
St. John Fisher leads 22-15. Bouchard with a good serve gets St. John Fisher diving. Block at the net was Ferry and Zeisler. Gets through them, and DeBonis gets the kill outside.
Cardinals looking for a pretty easy last 2 points here.
St. John Fisher leads 23-15. Steigerwald back to serve. Bouchard bumps it. Carey bumps. Gordon goes to swing outside. Goes into the net and rolls down. And St. John Fisher is 1 point away from taking set 2 here at Max Zeal Gym.
Appears if Oswego is going to win today, it's going to be in 5.
Schiffer bumps. Carey sends it over. Big swing there by Delaney Young. It's going to land inbounds. St. John Fisher takes set 2, 25-15. Like you said, lad, if if Oswego's going to win today, it's going to have to be in 5 sets.
It is, and it's going to be a long ride there to get 3 straight sets against the Cardinals, but we shall see.
Now, we'll be right back in just a minute for set 3. Joey Palatsky, Brandon Ladd here on WNYO 88.9, the Laker Radio Network, simulcasting with WTOP 10. Joey Palatsky alongside Brendan Ladd back here at Maxfield Gym here on WNYO 88.9.
Did I skip 3, Joey? Did I skip 3?
So Ladd's flipping the switches on the Comrex here. Gives me the 5-second warning. Puts the 5 up. Keeps it there for about 2 seconds. Flips the switches on. Then goes to 4. Then goes to 2. And then points to it. But anyways, Joey Palatsky alongside Brendan Ladd here at WNYO 88.9, the Laker Radio Network, simulcasting today with WTOP 10. Here at Maxfield Gym, Oswego, here in their second match of the day, maybe showing some signs of fatigue. It's going to be the 6th set of the day. Between last night, won sets 2, 3, 4 against Elmira, beat Canton in straight sets earlier, won 6 straight coming in, and maybe some fatigue now. They've dropped the first 2 in this match.
Yes.
Sydney Schriffler rolls a free ball over to start the 3rd set. It's a bonus with a sing. Schriffler digs it up. Bouchard bumps. Simplicio goes tip it over the block. Right side to bonus with a swing and gets through the block of Simplicio and Ferry. But
she's not a heavy hitter. She's a shooter from that right side. My goodness.
You really see how much the St. John Fisher, they're both a really good, they're very solid with blocking. The service error gives Oswego the point.
Yes.
They're very solid with blocking, but even just the height that Balmer brings up front, you saw Oswego swing a lot last night and this morning. You just tip occasionally. It seems like they've been more primarily tipped, just trying to work around Balmer here in this match.
Oswego, though, they get an ace on the serve, so we'll see.
Don't have to worry about the blockers if you just keep acing it, right?
Yeah, no worry.
McKenna Corbin gets the ace there, make it 2-1 Lakers early in the 3rd.
Corbin, great success in the first game.
Balmer goes to swing. Ferry and Simplicio slow it down to net. It's a bonus big swing. Simplicio and Ferry there on the block send it back. Fisher digs it up. Gets through the block of Ferry and Fiorentine. Simplicio, big swing on the outside. That gets through the block. Oswego showing some signs of heart early here in this third set.
They are. Oswego says, we want to go 5, which it's going to be a long road to get there, but it's been evenly. The first set was more even than the second. This third set, this is the best start Oswego has had to a set so far.
Seems to be a very strong bounce back from last set. Big swing on the outside. That's Delaney Young putting it down. Gets through the block. Gets to the floor untouched. Now St. John Fisher back to serve. Going to be Brooks Seegers. Schiffler bumps it. Corbin sets right side. Simplicio. That ball's inbounds going cross court. Doesn't get a whole lot closer to the corner than that one. Simplicio gets the kill.
It does not. Catches the white where it hits in both places. Great job.
Oswego leading 4-2 early here in this third set. Been pretty close with St. John Fisher most of the match today.
Yeah.
Been a couple points behind for the most part, but Simplicio ace there. Careless Simplicio, Lakers rolling here to start this third set.
And we saw her do that in the first game. She has such a great serve, and she's so precise. She can play right off the tape.
Oswego ahead 5-2. Here in the third set, St. John Fisher's won both of the first two. Simplicio hits the top tape, and Ladd, I think you jinxed her.
Yeah, announcer's jinx. My bad.
It's your fault. Take that St. John Fisher point off the scoreboard, run it back, and Ladd tape him out.
We would say, how can they hear us? She could definitely hear me before that one.
We're not in the bleachers tonight, Ladd.
We're on the baseline. She was 2.5 feet away from me.
Simplicio at the bump. Corbin keeps it in. Simplicio and Fiorentine were kind of looking at each other. Someone's got to communicate, call the ball off.
And I've noticed a few of those today. She's such a great player, but a few freshman mistakes. I'm kind of curious how great she'll be as a senior because you fix those as the years go on.
Yeah, definitely some promising young talent on this Oswego team. Lakers leading 5-3. Fiorentine, big swing, gets the block, bounces right back to Fiorentine. And St. John Fisher ties it up at 5 here in the third set.
And that service error by Simplicio, suddenly St. John's Fisher has the momentum.
Kind of your fault, Ladd, but you know it is what it is.
Yes, and it will go down in history books as my fault.
5-5. Doing an ace there on the St. John Fisher serve. Bouchard was there and shoots it sideways. Goes into the front row seats here.
And Bouchard loves that little scoop back on over. Bump. That one there just went off her arms the wrong way.
Now Lindsay DeBonis back to serve. Hits Simplicio. Corbin moves for the set. Set goes over the net and out of bounds around the antenna. Now we're going to see Madison Gordon re-enter for Kara Simplicio. Cardinals leading 7-5 right now. DeBonis back to serve. Immediately finds Gordon. Corbin sets it tight towards the net. Fiorentine tries to roll it over. Blocked the net by Delaney Young. Bouchard digs it up. Schiffler rolls the free ball over. Big swing in the middle by Sidney French. Corbin able to pop it up. Fiorentine diving, but the ball drops on the Oswego side. Fisher's going on a little run here, 8-5 lead.
They are, and I must say, give a shout out to the head ref over there. Got her hands up, didn't give him a hold in play. That was funny to see.
Trying to give the pursuer as much space as you can. Fiorentine sends a free ball over about antenna high. Trying to run a backslide play there. French just tips it over. Bouchard diving.
Empty.
Drops in, and St. John Fisher takes a 9-5 lead. JJ O'Connell talking with the down ref. Not sure if he's going to take a timeout or if he's just telling him to look out for something.
Potentially a wet spot.
Timeout is called there by JJ O'Connell. St. John Fisher had 9-5. Oswego, I think they were up 5-2 earlier in that. They were in this third set. St. John Fisher going on quite the run now, re-stealing the momentum.
They definitely are, and this set is not DeBonis. And it's not Steinberg, it is French, it's Halsey, it's different people. So this third set, it seems like everybody on St. John's Fisher is comfortable, they're in the game, and that bodes trouble for Oswego.
Yeah, the serving's also been real solid out of Fisher really all day long. I don't know, they haven't committed a whole lot of service errors. And Oswego currently trailing here early in this third set. Need to win this set to stay alive. Best 3 of 5. St. John Fisher took the first 2. Puts the Lakers with their back against the wall. Need to win 3 straight sets, but got to keep your eyes focused on the next play in this current set.
You honestly do. I think I could make it as a backline judge in this sport.
As you said the words, I think I could make it. I wasn't sure where you were going with that. Okay. Backline judge, maybe.
Head ref, no.
I was going to say, refereeing's hard. Well, refereeing, they kind of just relay what's told by the judges. In all fairness. I think it's probably easier to be the up ref or the down ref than a line judge, in all honesty. First shot of the timeout. Oswego takes that point. 2 ball called by St. John Fisher. Cardinals currently leading 9-6. I can see being a live judge though, lad.
Multiple sports. I feel like this could be my fall, and then spring is tennis.
5 seasons of varsity tennis. 5. Fisher rolls a free ball over. Fiorentine swinging right side, gets a piece of the block and drops to the floor. Emma Fiorentine with the big swing there.
I do give Oswego credit. They come out of these timeouts focused, and it's given them some nice runs.
There's been plenty of timely timeouts called by the Lakers, or in this match, I should say, whenever they're facing trouble. Quick swing there by French. Troy dives to try to keep it up, and it gets to the ground. St. John Fisher takes a 10-7 lead. Sub into the game now. It's going to be Kara Kingsbury back to serve for St. John Fisher. Goes towards the line. Schiffler digs it up. Big swing there by Schiffler. Goes off the block and off the antenna, and Oswego takes the point, now trailing 10-8, and the Lakers showing signs of heart here early in the third set.
They are, and Schiffler plays with such attitude. She plays with an edge, and it's great. It's going to help this Oswego team as the season goes along.
Now it's going to be Dana Carey back to serve for the Lakers. Cardinals lead 10-8. Carey good serve. Big swing on the outside by number 10, Steigerwald.
Oh, I thought she pancaked that one. That would have been a good one.
Yeah, and that's going to be a point for Steigerwald on the kill. I thought she pancaked it as well, and I saw Steigerwald kind of step flexing, and I figured it was St. John Fisher's point. Again, you're listening to WNYO 88.9, the Laker Radio Network, simulcasting with WTOP 10 today. Joey Palatsky alongside Brandon Ladd here at Maxiel Gym. Schiffler digs it up off the serve, and
it's unfair.
Balmer in there at 6'2". As soon as that was towards her, she smothered that ball.
I don't want to call that one a facial, but Balmer just disrespectfully just put it over the top.
Cardinals leading 12-8 here. Going to be an ace for the St. John Fisher Cardinals. Trying to get a number on the server. We've got 4 rows of players in front of us right now. I believe it's number 8.
Yes.
Emily Broshi back to serve now, off the ace. Carey goes to set it to Taylor. Taylor goes for a left-handed tip, goes off the net, rolls down on the Oswego side. This is, go ahead.
Here we are again. Like, 14-8, we get to this point every single set. I'll say my piece. They got to make the run now. Just they haven't been able to do it so far.
Yeah, it's a very tough St. John Fisher team in Maxiel Gymnasium here today. That's an unforced service there. I haven't seen a whole lot of those as the Cardinals today. That ball goes out of bounds.
Maybe I need to talk negatively. It seems like whatever I say, the opposite has happened for the past 20 minutes.
Maybe start giving your keys for Fisher.
Yeah, fair point.
14-9, Lakers lead. Again, you're listening to WNYO 88.9, the Laker Radio Network, simulcasting with WTOP 10. Joey Palatsky alongside Brandon Ladd here at Maxiel Gym. Schiffler with the serve. Big swing outside stage wall. This mat in front of us really holding up today.
It is. Taking some heat.
Big
Now the Gator chant.
15-9. Fisher leads.
What do you think that was? Like a Cardinal chant? Did you see that over there?
I saw it. I'm not 100% sure. See that a lot in volleyball and some female athletic sports. Some of the chants, the bench really gets into it. Simplicio goes for the swing. Going to be called St. John Fisher's point off the 2-ball by Carey. Cardinals currently leading 16-9. Katie Leedy back to serve. Another ace there for St. John Fisher. Leedy, the senior out of Ontario. International match here.
Oh, yeah.
I'm guessing it's Ontario, Canada, right?
Yes.
Simplicio sends a 3-ball over. Big swing, Stager all coming. Went up hard, nice. Fooled the Oswego defense with the roll shot. Wow, I'm looking at this here. On the Oswego side, everyone doesn't have a skate except Bouchard from California.
That tells me they're all from New York.
On the Fisher side, we have Wrightwood, California. Ontario doesn't have a city.
So yeah, that's Ontario, New York.
There's an Ontario, New York?
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. I wasn't sure if it was...
There's an Ontario County, New York.
I didn't know Ontario, New York was a place. I thought she was from Canada.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying here.
And we're back to a continental matchup.
Well, still... Canada's on the same continent.
Yes.
Yep. 18-9. Fisher lead. St. John Fisher takes the point. Bouchard and Schriffler with some miscommunication. Little husband-wife action in the back row.
Oh, stop it. You're going to keep using that for life.
I'm going to use it just so you can't use it.
Oh, whatever.
19-9 Fisher leads here in set 3. Oswego looking to fight off the clean sweep, and voices dying out here. The day is still very young, and you're going to have to get some water after this match.
Oh, yeah. Night's still young here.
Here on Stream 2, we appreciate everyone tuning in. WNYO 88.9 Laker Radio Network, simulcasting today with WTOP 10. Joey Palatsky alongside Brendan Ladnell. St. John Fisher just 6 points away from winning this set and match. What do the Lakers have to do to storm back and try to make it a closer set, make this match go 4 sets?
Well, you're going to have to get lucky here. You're going to just have to go for kills off the first touch, and it's not Oswego's strategy, but when you're playing great teams like this with such great offenses, the bonus. People like that, you can't have it go back and forth too many times because eventually they're going to line one up and wheelhouse one right off the top of you.
Yeah, see, St. John Fisher, I was doing my prep work for this.
Yeah.
It said Fisher was 6-3 on the year.
Yeah.
Then I saw them hitting in warm-ups and said, this isn't a 6-3 team. Like, what is this? Check their schedule. 2 of their losses were the top 15 opponents.
So, do you know how many sets those went?
3-0 loss and 3-1 loss.
Okay, so now we know they're competitive against top 15 teams as well. So that makes sense.
Ball back in action here. Simplicio goes for the tip. Blocked in the middle by Ballmer. Simplicio swings again. Gets a piece of it. Bunn now at the net trying to keep it up. Simplicio rolls shots a free ball over. Swing there by DeBonis. Tips it over the block. Bunn digs it up. Carey sets outside. Simplicio there. Big swing. Couldn't quite get on top of that.
And that's her big error at the net. If she's going to miss, she's going to miss long. At this point, though, you have nothing to lose. Might as well smash some off some people.
Seems like it might be some fatigue setting in here in the 6th set of the day for the Oswego Lakers. Bouchard bumps it off the serve. Carey sets to Taylor. Set might have been a little too high for what Grace Taylor was expecting. And the ball drops on the Oswego side. St. John Fisher takes a 21-9 lead.
Oswego, though, needs to fight till the end. This can carry momentum into your next match.
Lab ball, good hands. Good hands here.
And I sent it back to the...
Just drop in front of us. Good job, my guy.
Yeah,
I saw the ball go off the wall. Thought it was going for the camera.
Yeah, it's got my computer 3 times today, but it's whatever.
Got a MacBook Pro. You might want to be a little careful. Things made glass.
Oh, boy.
Schriffler gets the ace for the Lakers. Bouchard gets the ace for the Lakers. 21-11 St. John Fisher lead right now. Oswego got to string something together here. Looking to stay alive here in set number 3. Halsey with the original bump. DeBonis with the swing. Carey sets it up. Bouchard bumps to Bunn on the right side. Fisher diving to keep it alive. Schiffler pops it up. Carey sets outside to Simplicio. Stagelwald going for a swing cross court. Bunn there to cover it. Carey sets right side to Bunn. Bunn rolls it down to Halsey. Halsey digs it up. Set outside to Bonus. Tries to tip it over the block. Ferry got a piece of it. Simplicio on diving and the ball drops on the floor.
Back and forth, back and forth. We've had a bunch of those, but still, longer it goes, the more it favors St. John's Fisher all day long. They dominated this tournament. It's going to be 4-0 for them.
Yeah, two really solid teams, but right here, 3 points away, and Fisher goes back to Rochester 4-0 on the weekend. Carey sets to Ferry. Block got a piece of it. Messed up the timing with Katie Levy trying to close the gap and come in to set the ball.
That rhymes. Carey to Ferry.
You're just now learning this?
I'm just now learning that.
Right, we've said that between last night, this morning, and this match.
We've said that about 72 times.
I was going to say probably upwards of 30 times.
Yeah.
Swing there by Gracie Jacob. Met at the net, but the block sends the ball out of bounds. St. John Fisher takes a 23-12 lead. Brandon Ladd just now learning Carey and Ferry. Right. 23-12, St. John Fisher. Simplicio with the pop off.
Great.
Fiorentine sends a free ball over. Swing of the net. Ferry there to block it. Didn't quite push the block hard enough. Drops on the Oswego side, and St. John Fisher takes the point. And St. John Fisher leading 24-12, just 1 point away now from winning this set and the match.
They can feel a victory coming. Oswego going to fight till the end now.
Sharp bumps. Corbin set. Big swing there by Ferry. Like you said, Oswego still going to fight. Ferry with a big swing put that ball down.
Stuff like that matters. Ferry's now going to carry that visual into practice this week. And that helps a player. So a ton of the sport is all visuals and mental. So moments like those do matter. Not to go philosopher on you there.
No, I'm with you. It's all mental. One of your favorite sayings. Fisher leads 24-13. Set outside. That's Gracie Jacob with a big swing. Gonna assume she doesn't get a whole lot of playing time. This bench is loving her last couple kills. Gonna wrap it up here. Well, that's gonna wrap up this match. St. John Fisher takes set 3, 25-13. Brandon Ladd. Oswego goes 2-1 on the weekend in their host tournament. Tough matchup there against St. John Fisher. Very solid team. Fisher gets the 3-0 win.
They do get the 3-0 win, and they were dominant the whole entire time. They took advantage of a ton of great opportunities for kills and all that. Oswego will return to the Max Zeal Gymnasium September 21st, Tuesday, against Cazenovia.
I'll be back here for that. Hope my voice is fully recovered by then, but Brandon, going into the next match.
I thought you were going for a handshake.
I got you. I was just kind of pointing. You stuck your hand out there. What does Oswego learn from today? Both the domination of the inferior Canton and a loss to maybe a superior St. John Fisher squad. What does Oswego take out of this weekend?
I think they got to decide where they want to be in that gap. It's cool to beat teams like Canton. Wouldn't you rather be more like St. John Fisher? What can you take from the film, and what can you apply to practice, and what can you carry into SUNYAC play? And that will kind of depend on the intensity and the focus of this Oswego team. But they have the talent, and there's some young players, and it seems like the season is pointing up, because right now they're hovering around 500. If they're able to take that step into SUNYAC, I think they're definitely a team that could be 3rd or 4th seed.
It's going to wrap it up here on WNYO 88.9, the Laker Radio Network. Appreciate everyone tuning in to this Oswego State Invitational last night against Elmira, this morning against Canton, and this afternoon against St. John Fisher. Brandon and I are going to go home, rest our voices. Busy weekend next weekend, 5 games in 2 days here on WNYO and 88.9, and we'll also have plenty of games all week long, I'm sure. Going to wrap it up here at Max Zeal Gym for the Oswego State Invitational. Joey Palatsky alongside Brandon Ladd here, WNYO 88.9, the Laker Radio Network, simulcasting today with WTOP 10. Everyone have a great day and enjoy the week. We'll see you back here at Max Zeal Gym on Tuesday.